Hello, Visionettes.
Hello,
Welcome. This is Boss Up Biz Talk, a place where you come to get real, to get ready, and to get results.
That's right.
Not only do we provide you with the tools, tips, and resources that you can implement in your life immediately. Right, Tawana?
Yes.
But you can start with where you are and work with what you have.
Absolutely.
When you tune in, you will have a complete understanding of how to shift your mindset, what it takes to build your business core, and a direct correlation between your health and your wealth.
Very important.
Yes.
We are
Katrina.
And I'm Tawana. We're the founders of Shared Visions by Katwa, where we educate, guide, support, and empower aspiring women entrepreneurs to invest in a high-end service-based business that's in alignment with your passion and purpose.
Yes.
We are also best-selling authors, speakers, entrepreneurial consultants, and transformational coaches, where we use a holistic approach to help you create a prosperity in every aspect of your life.
So in the last video, ladies, we talked to you about why it's critically important to have a backup plan.
A backup plan.
Right?
It's a must. You have to have one.
And so in this video, we are following up as promised with four tips on how to be prepared with a backup plan.
That's right.
Okay?
Major tips, nothing overwhelming, but tips that you can implement.
Right.
What? Immediately.
All right, ladies, here is tip number one. As we said right in our intro, this is a place where you can start with where you are, work with what you have, and do what you know. So in other words, put that corporate background to use, ladies, right?
You have it.
You have been working in the corporate environment for years. You got this, okay?
Right.
You've already accumulated the skill set, the educational background. Listen, you got a lot of skills working in your favor.
Right.
Okay?
In the palm of your hands.
In the palm of your hands. You have learned how to interact with people. You have the organizational skills that you need.
Right.
You have the management skills that you need. Some of you have been in leadership roles in the tenure of your career. Do you know what that comes with that role? You know, make sure that you are taking all of what you learned in the corporate environment to use it to your advantage.
Right. And even, you know what, that's crazy that you pointed that out.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, I know in my history, I'm sure you can account for the same,
Mm-hmm.
that when you're in these roles, not only are you, say, for instance, the leader, the executive, the director, however,
Right.
Whatever role it was, you also know the roles of those out on the floor.
Exactly.
You also know the
Those
role,
in the
let's
front
say,
line.
that's right, on the front lines, the cashier,
The worker
cook.
bees.
You can do all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, necessarily one role that you know because
Right.
that's the role you're in. You know how to do the financials.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to handle all that.
Right.
Every now and again, you had to step in and do the bookkeeping.
Exactly.
So it's all
Many
of these,
of us were
that's
working
right.
managers.
It's all of these different roles that you yourself, being in that environment, was
Mm-hmm.
able to learn and get the actual experience,
Exactly.
whether it was literally your title,
Mm-hmm.
your job description or not.
Right.
So you can utilize all of these,
Yes.
all of these aspects to
Mm-hmm.
what you've learned to take care of what it is you're trying to take care of,
Right.
as a backup plan.
Definitely. Okay? Number two. Tip number two. Use your education to your advantage, ladies.
That's
again.
right. Let that degree truly work for you.
Yes.
I don't mean for someone else, like
No,
I said, work
absolutely
for
not.
you.
Yes.
Directly.
Listen, you have put in work, time, energy, lots of money, right, that you are now paying back. Many of us are paying back degrees that are a bachelor's level or higher.
Right.
Master's,
Insurmountable debt.
PhD. Some of you are considering going back.
I know many of you that
Right.
are considering going back.
You're on the fence thinking that that's going to validate you, that's going to secure your position.
Enhance.
Right? You're going to be able to jump on that corporate ladder. And no, that position is never coming. So again, secure your future by making that education work for you in combination with the things that you learned in the corporate environment.
Exactly.
Right? So whatever degree, whatever your field of study was, like for example, with us, okay, we can use us as a great example actually, right? Because our field of study was in healthcare.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And we worked in the field for over 20 years. In the tenure of our career in healthcare, we predominantly were in management roles, right? Leadership roles.
Leadership roles.
And so, but we did start off where we had to climb the corporate ladder like everybody else. We started at the bottom of the totem pole and worked our way up.
We know the road, the path that you have all taken. Why? Because we was on the same road.
Exactly.
That's right.
So we just want to make sure that you know that if you really want a return on your investment, don't wait for somebody to give you the opportunity. Don't wait for somebody to put you in a qualified position.
Take it.
No, you got to take it. This is yours for the taking. You don't need to ask permission from nobody. Okay? You understand me? Nobody. Make sure that you know that this is your right to do something outside of the corporate environment. It is not just about going the traditional corporate career path.
Right.
It is about, you know what, I need to make sure that I'm set and my family's good. And if, again, that what if factor, something were to happen and shake my world,
the rug was pulled
from underneath you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You don't, listen, you got to make sure that you are solid, okay? So it don't matter what anybody decides. They are not going to be able to determine your destiny if you are well prepared. So again, use that education to your advantage.
Right.
You know, that is a part of how you establish your level of expertise. And again, whatever field of study you're in, for us, that is that is the healthcare environment, and we have taken that and incorporated that as a part of as a part of our program.
Right.
Yes, go ahead.
Number three.
Number three.
One of the most important of them all. Invest in yourself.
Right.
It's something you have to do. Again, not putting this off. You have to do this immediately. Mm-hmm. If you can take the time to go on vacation, you can take the time to get those red bottoms.
Vacations you can't even afford half the time. Come on now.
Let's keep it real. You could take the time to go out and find the best handbag you can find.
Right.
Come on,
that new COVID purse, that Dooney and Burke.
We all know it.
Come on.
Keep up with the latest and greatest of hairstyles.
Oh, gotta get your hair and nails did.
Quite expensive. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars are being dropped every month.
Right.
You do the math, ladies. Do the math. Some of you are excellent at it. Do the math.
Right.
Put down on pen and paper. Write yourself a list. You will find, especially if those of you that keep up with the budget, you will find that you are dropping hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Do the math times that per year. By now, you would have something set. By now, it wouldn't be something that you would have to eventually consider or, like we said, start immediately on a backup plan. It would be one that you would have already incorporated.
Exactly.
One that would have been implemented long ago. Because you do know that this, that the numbers are ridiculous. That this amount of money you are putting into vacations. And I understand the kids and you yourself need a moment.
Everybody needs a break, some respite.
Please don't misunderstand. That is not by far what we're saying here. What we're saying is, I'm talking about those of you who take 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 of them a year.
Come on now. You know who you are.
The handbags, and the hair, the weave, the nails, the red bottoms. Come on now. And eat at some of the finest of restaurants. I'm just saying to you, besides that cash cushion, besides this and that and the third, that if you're working on your retirement, things such as that, if you slow down on some of these items that was just named, where would you be today on investing in yourself? Where would you be today if you put that money into something that you can find lucrative, that's actually, like she said, going to be that ROI, ROI for you and your future and for generations to come. Where would you be? So you've got to consider that. You've got to consider that. If you, especially those of you who know this is truly you I'm talking to.
You know who you are. You know who you are.
You are dropping that money.
We're calling you out on it,
dropping that money far too often. So, listen, no pointing fingers.
You know who you are.
That's right.
So don't even try it. Don't even play yourself
together.
Right?
Okay.
And so that really is a great segue leading into number 4. That's right. Because number 4 is pay yourself first.
Most definitely.
Right? Listen, ladies, again, Tawana just said, and I completely agree with, and again, you know who you are. If you drop in that hard-earned cash on the latest and the greatest fashion, the latest designer clothes and shoes and handbags, and you're getting your hair and nails done every week or every other week, and you're going on these extravagant vacations, you're dining out at the finest restaurants, you're driving these high-end cars, and you can't even make a pay note on it, the note on it, the payment on it,
It's all good while it lasts. It's all good while it lasts, but it doesn't last long.
Well, right, but if you got the money to do that, or you make sure you find it, okay, because you sure ain't going to show up in the same outfit that you went to the last party in. This is like
and the one thing we know how to do, we know how to find it.
Oh, we know how to find it.
We can make $1 out of nothing.
Right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We can make succotash in a heartbeat.
Right, that's where we come from. Those survival skills.
We have a true skill when it comes to that.
Yes, we do. But y'all, ladies, we are talking to those of you who know you're guilty of that, right? And listen, I've been there. I have been there, okay? Yes, let's go ahead and put it out there. Yeah. But at some point in time in your life, you got to get smart. Right. If you got an empty bank account, and your house is neglected, okay, on empty, your kids could have a better life, you know. There's a lot that you really need to, you got to get your priorities straight. You really have to get things in order. Instead of
unlike we had to, which was to rely on those student loans.
Yes.
You know, if you're doing things right, if you're setting things up properly, you can get your children the education that they need. Right. So that they can too invest in themselves. And not rely on those loans.
Exactly.
You know, but it does take discipline. It does take stepping away and having those sacrifices. You do have to turn it off every now and again. You cannot just bathe in all of these luxuries, you know, and all of these superficial, you know, materialistic items that we just named. It's just insane. I know you see it everywhere you turn. Oh my God. We was just laughing at the fact that, you know, when Halloween comes around, they already have the Thanksgiving items out. Before Thanksgiving is done, Christmas is, the lights are up, and it's just barely Halloween. Oh my God. Then they're talking about popping bottles, and we just left trick or treat.
There's always a reason to celebrate. So that means there's always a reason to spend money. So you do have to know that, yes, all of that's going on. And again, we understand everybody needs a break, okay? Everybody needs a rest.
We're not taking that from you. Right? It's twisted. But it is an overkill.
Forget to pay yourself first.
That's right.
And if you got yourself really, really together, you won't even have to depend on corporate. I mean, how would that feel? To not have to depend on a system that keeps repeatedly failing you, because it is a broken system that's set up to fail you in many ways and on many levels, okay?
Believe you me.
So that's tying it all in together, and that's really what we're saying here.
Right.
In the event that what if factor happens to you, because you are not exempt from
because it can happen to anyone.
Yes.
None of us
are exempt.
That's
None
right.
of us. So remember that. Think about that. And start putting things in place.
So as a recap.
Right.
Number one. Start with where you are.
Yes. Work with what you have. And do what you know.
Exactly. Number two. Use your education to your advantage.
Right.
Not for the advancement of others.
That's right.
Directly for your advantage.
You got all those degrees under your belt, credentials behind your name, the whole alphabet suit, some of you. Come on now.
Right.
Put that to use for you.
And your family.
That's right. Number three. Invest in yourself.
That's right.
Not in someone
We understand
else.
The hair. Even natural hair can get quite expensive.
Right.
We get it. The weaves, the nails. And, you know, of course, every now and again, treat yourself. The red bottoms, the Coach bags, the Julian Perks, we get it. You know, the Jimmy Choos, we get you. Vacations, nice, extravagant vacations. All understood.
When you can afford it.
Right. Sporadically, ladies. Sporadically.
Okay. There is such thing as too much is too much, okay?
We're going to tell you the truth, okay? Right. And then lastly,
number 4.
But that's right, but not one that you want to put off.
Right.
Pay yourself first.
Yes.
Pay yourself first, ladies. You have to.
That's right.
Is a must. Hands down, you have to do that. Why? Because a rainy day will come for anyone.
Exactly. And y'all have heard that for years.
That's right.
Not new to you, right?
Even to the extent of those that are out of your hands. How about these natural disasters that we have nothing to do with? Nothing to do with. That's set in motion, not by none of us here, okay?
And that really is the thing, too. You have to prepare for those days. It's not just about corporate downsizing, you being a victim of that, and you being laid off or fired or what have you, terminated, whatever words you want to use. The bottom line is you ain't got a job, okay? But that actually creates a domino effect. You just want to make sure that you're prepared for any rainy day. Y'all have heard that for years. We've all heard that since we were young.
That one's been around since
before I can put a little something under your mattress. Y'all have heard that, you know, for a rainy day. You know, though, you got the point.
Right.
So, those are the 4 tips of the day.
Yes.
Right?
Nothing too overwhelming,
Right.
and all of which you can incorporate immediately.
Exactly.
So ladies, get started and be prepared.
Right. All day, every day.
Most definitely.
As usual, we are wholeheartedly in this journey with you. We appreciate you tuning in. I am Katrina.
And I'm Tawana.
Of Shared Visions by Katwa. Until next time. If you are inspired enough, then do share. If you are kind enough, then don't forget to hit the like button. If you will continue to support, then please follow us.
If our message resonated with you, then comment. If you will continue to be loyal enough, then subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell.
And if you haven't already, please be sure to check out our latest videos.